Hello and welcome to another podcast, Life Unfiltered. So today we are going to talk about work and life in Australia.
Australia, wow,
Right?
exciting. So we're gonna start by saying thank you to everyone who participated and helped us to set up this podcast. So it was your friends.
Yeah, I want to say thank you to Jinky, Christine, Jana, and Jake, and another friend who wants to be anonymous, and also her husband, because they are all currently living and working in Australia.
So thank you guys. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate that.
So why did we started this podcast for Australia?
Because guys, there's exciting news in Australia on 27th of January this year, 2025. There was new pathway introduced for the international registered nurses by AFRA, by Australian Health. What is it?
Practitioner Regulation Agency.
Yeah.
So here it's like NMC.
Here
in UK.
UK. Okay.
UK, so but there is AFRA.
AFRA, okay. Yeah. So it's similar to what's in UK.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So AFRA recognized the experience of at least 1,800 hours in NMBA approved countries including UK, Ireland, US, Canada, Singapore, and Spain.
So basically, if you work 1,000, how many hours?
1,800 hours in those countries, yeah.
In those countries. Mm-hmm. So that's roughly, it's about 40 weeks, 45 weeks of full-time employment, basically a year. So then after working for 1 year, you can basically apply to Australia.
Yes. And if you want to check the requirements and if you want to know if you're eligible to this new pathway, you can check their website online.
Okay. So
let's dive in.
Let's dive in and ask first question. And what about what's the UK and Australian highest salary?
So this is answer from Jinky. So she's currently working part-time, plus she's doing extra shift as well, like bank shifts here in UK. So she said she have higher
in UK.
She's sorry. I mean the term bank shift is in here UK.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what's the term in there?
I don't know. She just said extra hours.
Extra hours. So maybe that's the way they say it.
So she just said she's working currently part-time, plus she's doing extra hours. She said she have higher salary compared when she was working here in A&E in UK.
So she does the same hours. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
She does part-time plus extra hours.
Okay.
So she's doing earning more than what she earned here in A&E.
Where did she work here? Which place in UK? Like London?
She worked in South London.
South London, so
which we will not divulge. Which
so South London, that's quite a rich place. Well, not rich, but compared to the rest of the country, it's quite more paid better, I would say. So the next question would be like, how is the work-life balance, and who's the answer from?
Yeah, it's still from Jinky.
Okay.
Thank you, Jinky, for all the answers. So work-life balance, she's currently working an 8-hour shift as a medical ward nurse. She said she have a good work-life balance. So on her day off, she can travel and go out as well. And she's doing 8 hours. So it's not too long, like 12-hour or 10-hour shift.
Do you know if, like, I know the nurses sometimes the work can carry over those 8 hours? Is it like 8 hours and she just finished, or like in
8 hours she finished, yeah, and they have the handover as well.
So is that all in 8 hours handover, or is it like it trickles a bit over, like spills over a bit 8 hours?
Of course, you can't avoid those things that you need to work extra hour if something happened in your shift.
Sure. Okay, and what about the annual leave? Well, how many hours do you get? Like, how much annual leave you get in UK
Mhm.
compared to the Australia?
So here we get 256, like,
Two
or
hundred fifty-six
maybe
what
hours.
hours?
Yeah, or it's like I don't know, maybe 4 weeks.
So 256 hours, is that included bank holidays?
Yes, including bank
So
holiday.
bank
Yeah.
holidays, we have 8 bank holidays or 9, depending
Hmm.
how how happy the monarchs are. So sometimes monarchs gives us more holidays because
Hmm.
they just love us so much. Now they have like
Yeah.
a diamond jubilee or monarch passes
Yeah.
away.
Anyway, in Australia, so it's accrued. I don't know if I pronounce it right.
Okay.
Accrued annual leave. So it means you need to earn your annual leave. So the
So
cons
like
of this,
it goes
yeah, if when
by.
you work, you
Okay.
earn. That means if
Okay.
you're not working, then you're not earning any annual leave. So the cons of that, when you're new in the workplace, and you have in the area you're working, or the place you're working, or the city you're working doesn't have any public holidays,
Okay.
and you don't have any weekends or no night shifts. But in some private to if you move from private to public, uh they can use that. So if you have before
Yes.
in your in that hospital, for example, in private hospital, you already have annual leave, so they can still use that even though you move to.
So the holidays from
Mhm.
public to private hospitals, they're transferable.
Yeah. No, sorry, if you didn't use your annual leave, for example, they will pay you. For example, if you want to move now from private to public hospital,
Okay. They will pay you for those
yeah, they will
hours
pay you
that.
for
Okay.
those hours that you didn't
That's
use.
pretty good.
Yeah. And then, especially if you're in the ward, it's easier to gain annual leave. And then, for example, you get already 2 days annual leave if you work for 32 hours per week.
Okay.
Anyway, if I got it wrong, please correct or
So
use the comment section. Yeah.
so basically every week if you work 32 hours, you get 2 days off.
You get 2 days annual leave. So
Annual
you're
leave.
already gaining.
So
Yeah.
annual leave can be just like the weekend basically. So you work like it's not okay. I get it. I get it because it's like you
Hmm.
get 2 days, but it can be just the weekend basically. It's not like the
No, but you don't have to use it already.
or is it on top of the weekend?
You gaining.
You're gaining.
You're gaining. So if you work 32 hours, they give you they don't give it to you immediately. So you're gaining. You're gaining those
So
2 days.
how many days a week?
So if for example you work like in the 32 hours per week, so you get already eight 8 days annual leave for a month.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, so it's like that.
okay.
And you can also carry over the annual leave balance as time goes by.
It sounds like they're getting a lot of holidays then. And
Yeah.
if you just work 32 hours a week, and then you work and then you get 2 days a week, that will be like 100 days a year. So you'll get a lot. If you're happy with your salary, you get a lot of days off. It's like
Yeah. And for
sounds
example, like after 7 years, you're already entitled to long service leave. So you already have 7 weeks annual leave on top of the annual leave that you gain working in those years.
okay.
Yeah.
What about the rent?
The rent actually in every country is the same. Depends on your location. So she's living in so most of them actually living in Victoria and one in Melbourne. So for example, two bedroom, this
Where
is the rent, yeah.
in Victoria or
Victoria, two bedroom is 2,000 plus Australian dollars, or if you convert it, it's 1,098 pounds.
okay?
Yeah, so it's around that range. Yeah.
What about Melbourne?
I didn't ask my friend about that.
Okay,
So this in Victoria.
in
Yeah.
Victoria. Okay, what about what's the difference between public and private hospital?
Is this just regarding the benefits? They have same benefits, private and public
Well,
hospital.
exactly the same.
Yeah. So public has more take home money and more public rate and transferable long service. And then in private, if you're same company, you know, if you're within the same
Yeah.
company, it's the same. But then or else you'll be back to zero, all the
If you continue, so if you continue
yeah.
your service within the same company in the private, you'll keep
Yeah.
the service days, hours,
Mm-hmm.
weeks, months, years. But if you change the private, but if you change private to public, is it carries on or is it stops as well?
No, that's what I said earlier that if you didn't use your annual leave, they will pay you back.
Okay.
Yeah, they will. So they will give you money then.
So the private to public is good, but
Mm-hmm.
the public to private is not maybe that
Yeah.
good.
And when then regarding to patient ratio, so public has 1:4, so it means one nurse to four patients.
And what about
And
public?
then I didn't
You don't
know.
know.
Yeah, but then I forgot to ask about that. Anyway, you can tell me again in the comment section. And then public is using computer base, and then private is using paper. They're paper based
Paper based what?
documentation.
That documentation. So
Yeah.
they record like patient documents.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, and then salary is every fortnight, and Australia has a high minimum wage to even to low income jobs
Yeah.
like carers, cleaners, those kind of jobs. So they have a high minimum wage, and they don't have any NI, national insurance or pension deduction, because the pension will be automatically the employer will contribute 11.5% of your salary.
So that's the tax rate.
They will contribute 11.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the seasons and the weather?
So it's the same. They also have four seasons, but during the winter, it's not gloomy and as dark here as the UK. They still have sun. They said, yeah.
What about the is they have like prone to fires and things like that? They I think they're quite prone to
Yeah,
fires.
yeah.
So and
Especially during the summer when it gets too hot.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So they seasons are opposite to ours in northern hemisphere,
Mm-hmm.
where they have winter June to August,
Yeah.
and the summer is December to February.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they have different. Yeah. But when I went there, actually, it was quite raining a lot. I think it was November. Yeah, it was raining a lot, but there was still sun. Yeah, it was nice in Melbourne. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have Wi-Fi everywhere. Even when we were walking, you have Wi-Fi there. Even we were using the
That
transport.
was like how many years ago? That was like 7 years ago.
What was the year was? I think it was 2019.
Okay, so
Yeah,
like
2019,
seven.
20, I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was nice there.
they already been living in the future. And what about the healthcare? Like, I think you mentioned something about it. What about
Yeah,
the?
it's not free.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's not
free. You have.
free.
Is it
Yeah.
like US? You have to pay.
Yes, you have but you already have the permanent resident access to Medicare or universal health care even when you have only working visa.
So okay. Working visa. So anyone with working visa, not just
Yeah,
nurses.
anyone
Okay.
with working visa,
So if your
you already
partner
have,
come in
yes,
as
yeah.
well.
You already have access to a permanent resident Medicare as long as you're from, like, for example, because she moved from UK, so she already have access. Yeah.
Okay. So very like English speaking world dependent, basically taking the people from the countries like
Mhm.
UK, US, Singapore, I think you mentioned. Um, so what about the sick leave?
Yeah, the sick leave, they said they're very laid back, so they're easy to approach if you are sick. Unlike in the Philippines, when you can't be sick,
What's
you
happening in the Philippines?
no, you're not allowed to get sick. One time, I have I have intravenous fluids when I'm working in the
Yeah.
ward. Yeah, so they said it's very laid back and easy to approach when you're really sick or
Okay.
when you're not feeling well. You can easily tell your manager or whoever is in charge.
Okay. So what about the prospective work culture? What about the work culture? Like,
Oh yeah,
how
so
does
this
it
is
change?
from Jake. Yeah, from Jana's boyfriend. So he's currently working as a PT.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that it's typically good, and then management sometimes, of course, usually cares about the business than the people. So
Okay.
sometimes it's like that, yeah. But they said the work environment is typically good, so everyone gets along.
Okay, that's good. Anyone else? Any more comments about the work culture?
And then, sorry, I just want to add that salary packaging, meaning there is an allotted living expense. So if you have a in the salary, you already have allotted living expense. They give you for groceries, shopping, etc., or any meal allowance per fortnight, around 500 to 600 Australian dollars plus your take home. So on top of your salary, they give you a living expense. Yeah,
Okay. And that's private or public or
any
both?
any.
Any, okay, any hospital, that's good. And what about the cost of living?
Yeah, of course. It depends on where you live as well. So if you're in the big cities like Sydney, Melbourne, it's high.
Hmm.
But it's good that they said that they increase now the minimum wage, so it's
Okay.
better. Yeah.
So are they increasing minimum wage like every year, like here, depending on inflation? Do you know that?
I'm not sure about that. Yeah,
Okay.
they didn't say about
They
that.
didn't specify. Anything else they wanted to tell us about?
Yeah. So this from my friend. So he's working as an engineer. He said that
Do you know what kind of engineer?
I forgot
A civil engineer or
no I forgot. Yeah,
telecommunications?
telecommunications
Okay.
engineer.
Is he
So
in the office or is he on the field? Like outside or is
I
it?
didn't ask.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't want to speak more about that because
Okay.
they want to be anonymous. But he just said that he has a good pay
Okay.
and the work environment that he's currently working now is good. Yeah, and
Okay.
they also bought a house there. Yeah,
House in somewhere.
in Victoria.
In Victoria.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they live near the sea, so they can, they have a good place there. And they bought the land for 185,000 Australian dollars. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they bought this before the COVID and then the COVID hits.
So they moved there before COVID.
Yeah, they were there before.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
they
So
were
they
there.
and before that they were in UK.
No, they were not. They came from Philippines.
Ah, those
Yeah.
specifically Philippines. Okay.
Yeah. And then the house there is 800,000 Australian
Wow.
dollars. Yeah. But I researched online. Actually, it's the same price as here. But depending on where you live, I think it's always like
Of
that.
course, yeah.
Yeah, if you're in countryside, of course, it's cheaper.
Cheaper.
Yeah.
Alice Springs
Yeah.
in the middle
And
of
I just
desert.
want to say about if you're looking
Promotion,
yeah.
promotion, promotion time, guys.
Promotion time. So if you're going out somewhere, or for example, you're attending a wedding, or you are having your own wedding, or you're going to a party and you're looking for uh lifts, invisible lifts. So they have a lot of types, and then it's called Boomba, and then you can use my code to get a 10% off discount, which is Jane Ashley 58638. So we will put the code as well here so you can see as well, and you can put that when you order online.
Okay, so that was the promotion.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Just a quick segue. Yeah.
Yeah. And anything else that the guys wanted to say about? No, no, that's it, no, basically.
So basically, all like the food and groceries, they give you extra allowance at work.
Hmm.
But then they said it's quite high now. But it's good because they compensated that they also increased the minimum wage,
Okay.
so it's bearable. Yeah.
So, and that's it, guys. Thank you very much for telling us, letting us know,
Yes.
sharing this experience with Ashley, because Ashley was the one that was giving the calls, getting the information, getting the set up this podcast. So, thanks a lot to Ashley.
Yeah. And thanks
For,
to our friends, yeah, who answered all my question. Yeah, and then the one who keep who want to keep them anonymously, thank you as well. Yeah.
yeah.
And
So,
then good luck to everyone who wants to apply, even if you're not a nurse or you want to bring your family there. And then if you're engineer, PT or whatever, just check the website or check online what's, and then you can ask also people living there if you know someone. Yeah.
so thank you to everyone, and hopefully next time guys, we can speak to you face to face or on Zoom or whatever. So we would like to have this interview so we can have a live conversation rather than us telling about your story. However, we do appreciate this as well, that you're sharing your experience with us. And yeah, for anyone who is moving to Australia, good luck.
Good luck. Yeah. Thank you for watching and make sure to like and subscribe on our channel and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you get notified anytime or every time we have a new vlog or podcast. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.